this game. Because we were bored of 11. We've been playing that game since we were, like, kids, most of us. But, the private server we play on is kind of in a state of, I don't know, stasis. There's just not a lot happening. Like, it's kind of, like, stagnant unless you want to do, like, very specific things. That would ban any English players found? Well, me and Lumi have been streaming it, and we've honestly made friends with Japanese players who've been very nice and helped us with different things. Here's Shark. I think as long as you're not, like, trolling or, like, being an asshole. The crafting system is the most fun. Hands down, the most fun crafting system in any game. And it wasn't a very high bar, because the only other crafting system I ever enjoyed was the one in Guild Wars 1. What's up, Bunzilla, by the way? Yeah, look at Shark. Shark has been renting this outfit. Where did you get this dance? Last night we all got together. So on Friday nights, me and my Final Fantasy XI Link Shell, we decided to make a bingo static, because Friday's the day that our bingo tickets reset, so we all go to the casino and play bingo. And then after we did the bingo, we did this quest to get this silly cyclone dance. And then I think Shark's been obsessed with getting dances ever since. Shark with the moves. You should see Cog. Cog has like a bazillion. Never did crafting in Guild Wars 1, but I'm with you on pretty much every crafting system being dodged it. Yeah, let me show you this crafting, the crafting in this game, because it is like the #1 selling point for me. I joke that I'm a sewing main now. I have to do my guild dailies anyway, so I'm sorry. I know that Cog and Lumi I think are waiting for me. But what's up, Lumi?
Welcome to the stream for whatever you did.
Lumi, thank you so much.
We single-handedly improved USA JPN relations.
Thank you for the 32 months subscription at tier 1, dude. I really appreciate it. So me, Lumi, Shark, and Cog today want to go do the 7 wonders or whatever. We're gonna go do that. So we'll be showing off more of the world of the game, but just really quick, I want to show you the crafting system. Because for me, okay, my friends haven't got as into crafting as me, except for maybe Shuja. Shuja has been crafting a lot. I, however, am obsessed with the sewing system. It's very fun. And every craft has a different mini game, and you have to pick one. You can switch, but it's not like you can just do all of them all the time, you know? It costs like mini medals, which is like its own thing. They're not hard to get, but they're not like easy either, you know? So if we, let me go to the guild dailies so I can just make one really quick. Oh no, it's not the next day yet. Okay, let me go into this, the imaginary sewing world to show you. The other thing, no, you don't, I don't think you have to regrind the skill. I think you keep the level if you switch, but it does cost 100 mini medals, so it's not like you can corner every market unless you like have no life and this game is your life. Like, do you know what I mean? It would be really difficult, I think. Plus, the mini games are skill based, so the minigame for sewing, okay, the minigame for alchemy is literally just roulette. But the minigame for sewing is actually skill-based. So how good you are at sewing and how high quality the thing you make is actually like, let me make something in the middle so it doesn't take me like the entire fucking stream. Let me make these because I haven't made them yet. There's like a different like little map for each type of gear that I want to make, and all of the materials have different, the materials have like different qualities and different like, different things about them. What did I just pick? Kung Fu wristbands, I think. So, With sewing, you have to get each of these numbers to a specific number, and if you're off by like 3, then you get a 2-star. If you're off by like 5, you get a 1-star, and if you're off by like 10, you fail, or something like that. That's not the exact numbers, I don't remember them, but you can like look it up. This material in particular sucks because it grows back sometimes. Well, actually, it's gonna save me right now because that part that I just really fucked up is gonna grow back, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah. So if it turns yellow, that means it's within 8 of the exact number that it needs to be to get a 3-star. So I think that's, ooh, I did it a little too much there. I'm going to loosen this one. And then I'm gonna use this blue one. So these up here, these colored words over at the top, they tell you how strong your sewing is gonna be. So there's like specific, like if you want to get really, really, really mathematical about it, there's like a chart that lists every number that the blue could possibly be and how likely it is to hit like this particular number. But I just eyeball it because I almost always get a 1-star anyway. I think just with basic like notions of turn-based battler ideas. But I don't often get a 3-star. I'm assuming to get a 3-star, I would have probably had to get 40, 40, 30, 30, and 60, 60. But, so I'm probably going to get like a 1-star here. That's my guess for the numbers. Ooh, I got 2 stars. I have no clue what's going on here. Well, basically, you get that was a complex, like, mini-game, right? I couldn't just, like... It's not just, like, mashing a button and, like, sitting there and, like, breaking crystals and, like, facing west and praying to... praying to the gods that your wind crystal won't explode. And then the cooking minigame, I've watched Cog do it. So that's just that one particular material. There's another material that does like something else just to make it different. It's obviously unrealistic in some aspects. It is a fantasy game at the end of the day. It's like Akira Toriyama art, and the stories are like kid friendly, and like some of the stories are pretty childish, you know? And then the alchemy minigame, it's literally just a roulette. I watched Shark do the woodcutting one, and the woodcutting one seems pretty fun too. Yeah, no, I get a little frustrated sometimes. Now that I've gotten to higher level sewing, it actually gets like kind of difficult because you run out of focus. I don't know if you played 14, and if you ever crafted in 14, it feels like 14 is... Oh, is that PAX? PAX, are you coming on our road trip? You don't have to ride a Segway, though. PAX in the wild, I know. I avoid crafting systems like the plague. I usually do, too. Like, I don't fucking craft in 11. I crafted in Guild Wars because I liked it. I crafted in 14 a little bit, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. I did appreciate that it was better than the crafting in 11, because I think 11 is maybe the worst crafting system of all time. Okay, yeah, I'll see you soon, Lumi, because I don't know where we're starting. I was just jumping around, like, showing people sewing and stuff. Pax is all dressed up for the casino. So we were at the casino last night. I guess I'm kind of dressed up for the casino too, but... The only time I decided to engage with crafting was just recently because my WoW Burning Crusade guild wanted me on Arms Warrior. Oh, yeah. I think that World of Warcraft I also did skinning. And I think leather crafting just because I wanted to have the critical hit rate. And that was it. Like, I didn't actually care. Well, also I'm a loot goblin, so like, you know, finding loot on the ground, I was skinning every body, whether it was mine or not. Like, if the game would let me skin it, I would skin it. Like, I was just skinning everything because it's free money. But the world I really like. The races are very, very fun. You can switch to be a human too. Yeah, I love critting. Like, crittery is just, it's the most fun. It's very like Gamba, right? Then you get like, then you hit big and you're like, hell yeah. Which is why my alt does the roulette minigame. Okay, let me, I have a lot of materials in here. I wanted to save those Ogreed horns because I haven't really, I've only seen them once, and they, I used them in a recipe recently. I think it was for like orc dolls, and I don't know what the dolls are for, but they looked kind of cute, so. Oh, I still have a casino ticket? Oh, right, that's the one that just gives me free tokens. But yeah, there's like a lot of fun stuff to do in this game. There's kind of like daily bosses and hunts and stuff like that, as well as like, you know, the MSQ, but you can kind of ignore it if you want. Honestly, on my alts, I just like, I think this game also has the best alt system, because you can make an alt and you can just start it on like the most recent story, so you don't have to do the story mode of the entire game twice. But you still start at level 1 and you don't have anything else. Yeah. I'm an MSQ hater. Like avid MSQ hater. I will say, the MSQ in this game has been occasionally hilarious. I would say it's far more entertaining than 14 because it doesn't huff its own farts and think it's like more serious than it is. Like, you see like this like cat dude throw the, like, just toss these little cat children through like a door, and he's like, goodbye, and it's just really funny. What's up, Gummy? How you doing today? Dragon Quest rating is weirdly self-aware. Yeah, goofy. Yeah, the MSQ's very like silly. I think sometimes it tries to be serious, but like it's just really funny. Also, has anyone else gotten kidnapped to Danganronpa Island? Like, I talked to a random ferry guy over here once, and then I found myself in a 2-hour-long mystery mansion. And the game was, like, very serious about telling me that I wasn't allowed to talk about it after, and that I wasn't allowed to, stream it. It was really fun, actually. It was maybe my favorite quest in the game so far. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I also love Danganronpa. So as soon as like I was on, when I was in the mansion and they were like, oh, there's a storm, you can't leave, I was like, oh, someone's getting murdered tonight. And then I literally put on this playlist. I was like, it's time to just listen to Danganronpa music. I 100% recommend playing this song while you do that. As soon as somebody dies, just turn on this song.